Hi, I'm Linda from BARLATES Body Blitz. Welcome to Beginner's Loop Series, Lower Body. For today's workout, all you will need is a resistance loop. If you don't have one of these, what you can do is tie a normal resistance band in a circle, so it's approximately this diameter, which is about 20 centimeters when it's not stretched, and you can use that instead. You can also do this entire workout without any loops or bands at all. We're going to be doing less reps than my usual workouts, but this is a BLITZ beginner's workout, so it's not your standard beginner's workout, so you'll still feel it. If you want to intensify any of the exercises, just use a heavier resistance loop, or you can put some ankle weights on and make it even tougher. Okay, we're going to get started. So put the loop just above your knees. Make sure it sits nice and flat. And we're just going to start with outer thighs because we love to work outer thighs. So just come down on your elbow and make sure your hips are really nicely aligned. Then you can stretch out your legs and just bend the bottom leg. And now just keep your kneecap to the front of the room and go up and down. So what you want to watch here is that your toe is pointed, or that your leg is super straight and elongated, and that as you're raising up, you're raising with the outer thigh. Your knee needs to stay to the front. Your tummy's pulled in, and don't slouch in this shoulder, okay? So if you're finding that being up in this position is hurting at all, you can come all the way down and just put your head in your hand like this, okay? But that just means that you have to raise your leg a little bit higher in order to get that same burn. So you can already feel the resistance of that loop, yes? Feeling it right here in this outer thigh saddlebag sort of area, and a little bit in the glutes. You just want to relax your upper body, keep your neck long, and we're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just bring it down for a second, take a deep breath out. Now lift your leg and just do tiny little pulses. Tiny pulses up, so you're still separated in between your legs there. You've got your toe pointed and you're doing tiny little ups. These ones burn, I know, but we're only going to do a few of them, and we really want to use that loop to its max advantage, so you make sure there is some tension there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Just bend that, relax that for a second. Now what we're going to do is extend our leg again, but we're going to go to the front and to the back. So it's almost like you're trying to get your leg all the way to the front until it stretches the loop, and then towards the back. So you're keeping your kneecap to the front of the room again, and you're trying to squeeze your glute as it goes back. So it's forward and squeeze the glute, forward and squeeze the glute. Try really hard to keep your leg up. You don't want to drop it completely like a dead weight. You want to try and make it a nice flowing fluid action. Forward and back. Still feeling that same outer thigh area. A few more of these. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So relax for a second. Try to get rid of that lactic acid in there. Now we're going to bring our leg forward so your loop is stretched, and we're just going to do tiny pulses to the front. So keep your leg off the mat and it's forward, 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 forward. Tiny pulses. Deep breaths in. Try to get oxygen to the muscle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now go to the back. So your leg is past your hip line, and you're going to squeeze your glute and pulse back as if your heel is going towards the back wall. Squeeze your glute, keep your kneecap to the front, and back, back. Tiny pulses. Keep breathing. Push, 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 push. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Shake that out again. Now one last thing for those outer thigh glute areas, we're going to bring our leg in front. You can straighten the other leg if you like, if you prefer that. Bring the knee in front and then we're going to extend it slightly behind the hip line. So it's in front with your legs slightly on an angle, your foot is up, and then extend back, in front and back. So the further you come to the front, the more you're going to feel that push against your quad. Down and back, down and back. Keep your tummy in, don't slouch in your shoulder, and try to keep those hips stacked. It's push to the back, front and back extend. So extending long, making sure that every time you extend, your leg is fully straightened behind the knee. In and extend back, in and extend back. You should be feeling that a little bit in the waistline as well. That's a bonus. So these are very standard exercises that most people that have tried Pilates would have tried at some stage. And back, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to relax that for a second, and then we're going to keep our knee in the front, and we're going to pulse the knee. Come on, Minnie. So keep your knee in the front and just pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. You're pulsing your knee, keeping that angle, and trying to keep your tummy in, keeping your knee off the mat, and just pushing against that band, using that resistance. Pulse, 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 pulse. Keep going. Should be feeling a nice burn in there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now extend it back so it's past the hip line, and we're going to just push up, 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 up. Okay? Trying to keep that leg behind the hip, kneecap to the front, pushing up, 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 up. Tiny pulses. I know it burns. We had it in line before and now further back, which means we're activating more of that glute and outer thigh tie-in area. So you should be feeling that. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Relax that for a second. Now we're going to do some inner thigh. So what we're going to do is bring our loop down to our ankle on one side and around our foot on the other side, so that we can actually put our foot on top of that loop and anchor it. Now we're going to keep the back leg nice and bent, and we're going to keep the loop nice and flat around the ankle and just start lifting up and down, up and down. So your aim is to keep your inner thigh to face the ceiling, your kneecap to the front. You don't have to raise high in order to feel this straight away. Up and down. And remember your options. You can come all the way down here if you prefer. Up and down. Up and down. Try to push against that band so you're really feeling the tension building up. Your toe can be pointed here. Really feeling that already, yes? These ones get right in there. Go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now relax for a second. We're going to do those pulses, but we're not doing many, I promise. So readjust, tummies in, and bring that leg up off the mat so you feel the tension already, and start pulsing tiny pulses up, 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 up. Feeling the burn. Keep going. Deep breath for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Okay, we're going to do another one in this same sort of series. So bring your leg up, and we're going to bend and then extend. Now what I want you to do is really turn your leg so that your heel is up to the ceiling as much as possible. Bend and extend. So you're stretching that band as much as possible so that when you extend, there's a really big stretch on that. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. So every time you're straightening out behind this knee, keep your tummy in, keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. Your neck is long. Breathe in and bend, extend, bend, extend. Really feeling that burn. Keep the heel up to the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, tiny relax. We're going to do those pulses again, so really get that heel up to the ceiling as much as possible. Raise up, bring it in front so you've already got that tension, and it's a tiny bend press, press, press. You're just bending your knee and then pressing, press, 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 press. Keep it up, keep it as high and as far away from the other leg as possible. That's where the work is. Feeling it just in here, press, press, keep going a bit longer. Come on, you can do this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Okay, we've got one more inner thigh exercise, and they're going to be circles. We're going to circle one way, stop, and then circle the other way. So once again, keep your leg nice and long. We're going to circle and then circle. You need to really come out far in order to feel that tension. Circle and circle. You're still keeping your kneecap to the front, and circle. So you're coming out and up, out and up, out, up, out, up. Really feeling that. Nice little burn happening there. Circle, circle. Try very hard to keep your legs super straight like an arrow. Point your toes, straighten behind the knee for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Relax for a second. Last thing for the inner thighs, tiny little circles going one way and then tiny little circles going the other way. So we're starting with one direction. Set yourself up. So lift your leg, make sure there's tension. Tiny, tiny circles. Circle, circle, circle. As if you're drawing a circle the size of a tennis ball on the wall. Keep your leg up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax for a second. Deep breath in. Other way. Circle, circle. Circle, circle. Keep your leg up. Keep it straight, kneecap to the front, tension on that loop, circle, 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 feeling that. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ouch. Okay, let's just take that loop off for a second, and we're going to stretch out, especially that inner thigh. So just spread your legs and just come forward. Minnie has decided to park herself right in the center of the mat, so it's very hard for you to see me. But if I move her, she'll get aggro, so I think I might just leave her and hope for the best. Okay, we're doing the other side. So put your loop above your knees again. Make sure it's nice and flat. And we're starting with those outer thigh raises. So, set yourself up so that your hips are stacked on top of each other. Your legs are in line with your hips, and then you can bend the bottom leg. Your shoulder is in alignment with your elbow, and you've got a nice long neck. Don't slouch like this. I would rather you come down here than to slouch, okay? So you choose your level. Kneecap to the front, straight leg, it's up and down, up and down. So, straight behind the knee, toe is pointed, and we're trying really hard to get that leg up high enough to feel the tension of the loop. Up and down, up and down. Keep breathing throughout this workout. I know it seems really weird to say keep breathing, but some people hold their breath when the burn starts to happen, and they're just like hoping that it's just going to be over really soon. But this is definitely going to be a slow burn kind of workout, so get used to lots of reps. Less than my usual loop workouts because it is beginners, but there's still enough here to really burn out each muscle group. Up and down, up and down. Are you feeling your hips here as well? That's a bonus. Up and down, up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So relax for a second. Deep breath in, make sure you're aligned, and we're going to do those tiny little pulses. So your leg is up and there's already tension on the loop, and you're just pulsing up, 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 up. Kneecap to the front, toe is pointed, legs are in nice alignment, up, 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 up. Yep, feeling that burn now. Definitely getting in there. Just keep breathing. Think to yourself, it's only lactic acid that's building up in here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ouch. Yes, that definitely burned. Okay, we're doing that little number where we're going to bring our leg to the front and to the back. So what I want you to make sure is that your hips are aligned and you're really still throughout the rest of your body. Your tummy's in, your leg is up, and then you're bringing it forward. You can tap your toe down and then behind the hip line, squeezing that glute. It's forward and back, forward and back. You're keeping your leg in the same horizontal plane, kneecap to the front, toes are pointed, forward and back. Squeezing, really squeezing the glute here and feeling the quad, the front of the thigh at the front. Okay, forward and back. Deep breaths. Forward and back. Think of all the muscles that you're using. You're stabilizing with your core. You're using your arm to hold you up. You're using your outer thighs, some glutes, some hip, front of thigh. This is a really great move. Forward and back. Forward and back. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Relax for a second. As I said, if you ever need to take the loop off because it hurts too much, just take it off. We're going to keep our legs straight, come to the front so that there's tension on that loop, and then from there we're just going to pulse forward, forward. Tiny little pulses, forward, forward. Keep your legs straight. You're pushing against that loop. It's making more resistance every time you push, 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 push. Really feeling that burn. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down for a second. Deep breath in. Now bring that leg behind your hip line and you're going to push back, 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 back. Using your glute, keeping your leg up and squeezing, squeezing, squeezing in that glute muscle. If you want to straighten the bottom leg, you can. That's going to give you more instability, which means you have to switch on your core more. Back, 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 back. Squeeze, squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Good job with that. Okay, so we're going to do that one where we come forward and then we're going to push our leg behind. So your knee is coming in line with your hip and you want to tilt your foot up to the ceiling so it's on an angle. And then you're going to push back. It's in, push back. In, push back. Keep your hips in alignment. Be still throughout the rest of your body and just focus on that one moving leg. In, push back. So you want to come in enough to feel the tension on the front of your thigh there. In and back. So you're back on that angle again. Your foot remains slightly higher than your knee as you push back. Okay, so lengthen out, toes are pointed. Keep going. Keep blowing out. Push. Keep your legs slightly higher here. You want to have tension on that loop on the up as well as the front and back. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Relax for a second. We're going to bring the knee to the front and pulse it to the front. So knee to the front, the other leg can be straight, and bring it up, and then your foot is still higher, and just pulse in, in. You choose your level. If you want to bring it right in close to your belly or leave it back here, as long as you feel it, it doesn't matter. It's just whatever you find challenging. But make sure you feel the burn. You don't want to be doing this workout and not feeling it. Deep breaths. In, 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 in. Keep going. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Definitely felt that in that muffin top area as well. Now the leg is behind. Your tension is here and your leg is up and it's back from your hip line, okay? And then we're just going to push back as if you're pushing back with your heel, okay? So you're pushing, pushing, push, push, squeezing that. Really trying to keep the rest of your body still, breathing. Back, back. So you're pushing back and up slightly as well. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Okay, so we're coming to those inner thighs again. So this time I want your loop around the front ankle and around the back arch of your foot, so that when you come down again, you can step on that loop at the back there. You're going to keep your front leg at a slight angle and you've got your kneecap facing the front of the room. You're going to try and twist your foot so that your heel is up to the ceiling. Once again, if you want to come down here for this series, this is what it looks like. Okay, we're going to start with ups, but I'm going to stay up here because I want to engage my core. Up and down, up and down. So you really want to focus on the inner thigh. You want to have your leg far enough forward so that there's tension on the loop horizontally as well. Okay, so that's the key. Blow out as you come up and up, up and up. Really push against that loop, feeling that inner thigh activating. Keep breathing. Breathe out on the up, up and up. Squeeze it. A few more like this. We have to make it even. Squeeze. Remember to keep your legs straight. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax for a second. We're going to do those pulses. So we're going to bring our leg up and then pulse from there. Tiny ups. Legs are straight, toes are pointed, tiny ups. Keep breathing. Up, 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 up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ouch. Okay, so remember the bend press. It's a bend and it extends. So once again, your kneecap is to the front. You've got that nice alignment. It's a bend and then a push away. Bend, push away. Your leg is hovering. It's not down on the mat. And you're trying to still keep that inner thigh facing the ceiling as much as possible. Bend and push. Bend, push. Really extend long. Strengthening the front and the inner thigh. So you're pushing away until the back of your leg is fully straightened. Straighten it. Bend and press. Press. Try to keep the leg up. Press. Press against that loop. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax for a second. Now those tiny bend presses, don't slouch here. Up and press, 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 press. See how my leg is off the mat? And I'm really trying to tilt my heel up slightly. And I'm keeping that wide, so I'm really feeling the tension of the loop. Press, 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 press. Keep going. Keep pressing. Should be feeling that burn in here now. Press, 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 press. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Relax for a second. Okay, so if you want to shake out your shoulder at any time, you can. Just come up and shake it out, rotate each way. Then come back down and we're going to do the circles. So circle one way, stop, and circle the other way. They have to be big circles, as if you're drawing a round ball that's the size of a tennis ball on the other wall, okay? So keep your leg up. You're really trying to rotate, and we're going to keep tension on that loop at all times. It's around and stop, around and stop, around and stop, around and stop. Actually make it the size of a basketball. We want the tennis ball for the pulses and the basketball for these ones. So imagine you're drawing a basketball, a little bit bigger diameter, around and stop. Tension at all times. Even on the in, I've got tension on that loop. Around and stop, around and stop. I'm pulling away, pulling, keep pulling. Last inner thigh exercise, pull, pull. 6, 5, go high, 4, 3, 2, and 1, okay? Relax, pulsing, tiny circles one way and then the other way. And then we're done with this inner thigh section. So bring your leg up and we're just going to circle one way. Circle, 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 circle. Doesn't matter which way because we're going to switch it. Just keep that leg straight, keep it up, kneecap to the front, and circling. Last little burn. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax for a second, deep breath in, deep breath out, and pick it up and circle the other way. Circle, circle. There has to be tension on that loop. Make sure that you don't let it go slack. Circle, circle, tiny circles. Keep going, keep going. A few more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Okay, come up. Just take the loop off for a second and we're going to stretch that out again. Just spread your legs and come down. Deep breaths here. Okay, just point and flex through the toes. And we're going to do some more glutes. So we're putting the loop back above the knees and we're going to be doing some glute bridge, which we all love, right? So come and lie on your back and separate your legs so that they're approximately hip width apart, and I want you to keep your legs really nice and stable the entire time so that there's tension on this loop. You can either come all the way down like this, or if you want to activate your core, you can even put your hands behind your head like this. And what we're going to do is just bridge up and down. I'm going to stay down and down. So we're going to push weight into our heels and push our hips up to the ceiling so that they're totally flat. From your hip down to your knee is a straight line, and you're squeezing your glutes super hard and down, up and down, up and down. Really trying to squeeze those glutes as hard as you can. Minnie is terrorizing my trees. And down. Try really hard to keep that squeeze and just tap down lightly, up and down. Go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax for a second. We're going to do those little pulses. So we're going to hold our tummy in, come up to the top so that you're feeling your glutes squeeze. Make sure there's tension. Your legs need to be far enough so there's tension on the loop, and tiny pulses up, 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 up. Tiny ones. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. You should be feeling this big time. Deep breath in. Up, 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 up. A few more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. You can come in for a second to release your glutes. Now we're going to do something similar, but we're going to keep our feet together and keep our legs approximately at that hip width so you've got tension on the loop. So it's the same sort of movement, but this time you've got your feet joined. So by pushing against the feet, you're going to be activating a little bit more inner thigh, but by pushing out on the loop, you're using your outer thighs. And by pushing up and squeezing your butt, you're using your glute muscles. So you've got a lot of stuff happening here. Simple move, but so effective, and so many different muscle groups are being used. So it's down and up. So remember, you're still lifting high enough to squeeze those glutes. Up, down, and up. Trying to get all the way up, making fists out of those glutes each time. Down and up. A few more like this, and then we're going back to those pulses. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay down for a second. Minnie, don't do that to my tree. Come back up, and we're going to do those tiny pulses. Push against your feet, squeeze your glutes, keep your hips up, push out with your knees, and pulse, pulse, pulse. Squeeze your glutes. Don't let it drop. Hold your tummy in. Pulse, 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 pulse. Keep going. You can do this. Pulse, 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 pulse. A few more like this. Sculpting, chiseling those glutes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Now bring the loop around your ankles, and we're going to do the opposite. We're going to bring our knees together, push against the knees, and keep our feet further apart. Same thing, coming up and down. Find a position where you can come down, tap, and up, and you're pushing against your knees, which means you're activating your inner thighs. But because your legs are out at the bottom, your feet, you're also still using a little bit of outer thigh. And you're still using your glutes. So it's up and down, up and down. Push all the way up. Try to keep those knees joined so that you're not coming apart at all. You want to activate those inner thighs. You're tapping down lightly and then coming straight back up to the top. Keep going. Lots going on here, but you need to just focus on the squeeze. Squeeze. Go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax for a second. I know it's starting to get sore. We're going to go up and we're going to pulse, okay? Get ready. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come up. So you're up and you pulse up, 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 up. Press in on your knees. Make sure that your feet are far enough apart that you have that tension there, and squeeze those glutes. Up, 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 up. Push against the knees like crazy. This is really good for your inner thighs. Up, up. Keep going. Deep breath. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Now you thought we were finished, but we're not. We're putting the loop back up above our knees. And we're going to keep our feet at hip width, and we're going to come out and in. But what we're going to do is come up with the hips all the way up, and it's out and in, out and in. So you're pushing out with your outer thighs, opening as wide as you can, and then coming back to just that parallel position. So you should be feeling your outer thighs here as well as your glutes. Keep your hips up. Try to maintain that straight line from your hips to your knees. Out. So the main emphasis is on the out, and then as you come in, it's just a little in and a back out. Little in and back out. Keep going. Squeeze, squeeze. Those glutes should be like fists here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax for a second. Last little thing in this position, we're going to come up and out, out, out pulses, okay? Make sure your legs are wide enough so you can really come out far with those knees, okay? So come all the way back up and out, 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 out. Stay out. Push out further, 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 further. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Keep going. Keep going. You can do this. Squeeze, squeeze. Few more like this. Glutes are a large muscle group. They can take the torture, believe me. You need to torture them. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Bring your knees in for a second and release that. We've got one last little thing to do and then we're done. So sit up and we're going to put the loop around the soles of our feet. So you're going to have to keep your feet further apart here. You can anchor this back foot down so that you're using the weight of your foot to push that down. Keep your legs approximately hip width or even a bit further apart so that there's stretch on that loop, and bring this foot up and you're just going to push away and come in. Push away and come in. So you're pushing away with that foot as if you're pushing away a heavy cement block, and then you're coming in close to your chest and pushing away. So you're going to be feeling this a little bit in the front of the thighs here, a little bit in the hip flexor, and you also should feel it in the back of your leg because you're pushing away. You should feel your abs as well, which is a bonus, and a little bit in the arms. So you're using your arms there to support you, but don't slouch in your shoulders. In and push. In and push. Keep your kneecap to the ceiling. This is a very simple move, but you feel it add up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a tiny break. Deep breath in. We're going to do those tiny pushes out, okay? So bring your leg up, tiny bend, press, press, push, 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 push. You need to push away, and there needs to be tension at all times. Push, push, really sore. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, that really, really burned. Okay, we've got one more series in this for this leg. So we've got the same thing with our leg up, but we're just going to go out and in, out and in, out and in. This is front of thigh and it's out of thigh. So it's out and in. Keep it off the mat. I know this burns. We're keeping our foot flexed here because it's easier to hold the loop on it that way. Really far out and in for 6, for 5, for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Stop for a second. Tiny little out, out, out pulses, and then we're on to the other side and we're nearly done. Deep breath. Come up, out, 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 out. Kneecap to the ceiling, out, 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 out. Really painful in the front of the thigh, but you can do it. Out, out. Feeling it here as well. Out, out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Youch. Okay, same thing other side. So this time anchor the loop with your back foot. The front leg we're going to in and press. In and press. So you want to keep your body nice and tall. Don't slouch in the shoulders and push away as if you've got a heavy cement block that you're pushing away. Then bring your knee in because it's on the in that you're pulling with that front of thigh. In, away. In, away. Really try to keep your legs separated so that there's full tension on this band. Away, in, away. Keep going. Keep breathing. Burning, burning. Keep your leg up. You know we're nearly home, so just keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tiny break, and we're going to do those little pushes out. Deep breath in. Adjust your loop whenever you need to. Come back. Keep your leg up and push, 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 push. So you're trying to bend press with your kneecap to the ceiling. Push, 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 push. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, that's a burn. Okay, so we're doing that out and in with the foot flexed. Okay, so it's up, your foot is flexed, you're hovering your leg, out and in, out and in. It's not a big move, but you're trying to keep your leg nice and straight. Out and in. Don't slouch in the shoulder. Keep your tummy pulled in. Out and in, out and in. 6, 5, 4, feeling it here. 3, 2, 1. And guess what? Last little tiny bit, pulsing out. Keep your leg up. Keep your toe nice and flexed. Deep breath in. Leg is up and out. Out, 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 out. Keep it up. Keep it straight. Toe to the ceiling. Out, 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 out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic job. That was not easy, even though it was beginner. It was BARLATES beginner, which, as I said, is probably a lot tougher than other people's beginners. So we're going to stretch that out. Bring your heel to your glute and just push that heel towards the glute and push your leg back. You want to straighten out the front of the thigh. Stretching the quads, lots of quad work today. That feels good. And then if you can, just bring your leg up and hold wherever you're comfortable and bring it in towards you. Stretching out the back of the leg if you want to point and flex here. And then we're going to sit up with that same leg crossed in front and just lean forward, stretching out the glute. And then just walk your hands away from that side and come down. And then while we're here, we're going to switch the leg in front and do the same thing. And then walk our hands away to the other side. And then just come down to the side again. And just bring that leg up. Hold it however you feel comfortable and just bring it in. Point and flex. And then just bring that heel to the glute and try to bring your thigh behind your hip line and push your foot into your hand and push your heel close to your glute. Stretching out the front of the thigh. Nice job. And then just come into a child's pose just to release through the arms. We did hold ourselves in that side position for quite a while. And then sit your glutes to the front and your hands away. And the other way, glutes to the back and hands to the front. And that is it. Thanks so much for joining me for my beginner's loop lower workout. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope Minnie wasn't too much of a distraction trying to attack my trees, but she's being good now. Yes, you're being good now, aren't you? So thank you so much, and I'll see you at the next segment.